Here's something your finance professor won't tell you on day one. You're going to feel lost for about 2 months. Not because you lack intelligence, but because your brain isn't built to think about money the way finance requires. The good news? Only 6 principles matter. The bad news? You can't learn them passively. So, what are these 6 principles? Let's start with the 3 you can grasp today. Principle 1. No free lunch. This means no systematic, persistent opportunities to get something for nothing. Occasional arbitrage exists. Someone finds a mispriced stock and profits. But here's the key distinction. No free lunch programs. No repeatable, guaranteed wealth transfers. The moment an opportunity appears, others spot it, compete for it, and eliminate it. Arbitrage is fleeting by nature. Markets correct themselves. Look at what happened during the 2010 flash crash. The S&P 500 dropped nearly 1,000 points in minutes. Massive mispricing across thousands of securities. Arbitrage opportunity everywhere. Yet, within 20 minutes, prices recovered. The mispricing lasted minutes, not months. This pattern repeats throughout market history. Opportunities appear, traders exploit them, prices correct. No permanent free lunch survives the scrutiny of motivated market participants. Principle 2. Universal preferences. 3 traits describe nearly every human's relationship with money. First, non-satiation. More money beats less money. Given a choice between $100 and $50, you take the 100. Second, time preference. Money now beats money later. $100 today wins over $100 next year. Third, risk aversion. Certain money beats uncertain money. $100 guaranteed defeats $100 on a coin flip. These preferences aren't controversial. They're definitional. Principle 3. Self-interest. All agents maximize their own utility. Every decision maker pursues what benefits them most. But what about altruism? Here's the resolution. Your utility function, the mathematical representation of what you value, can include others' welfare. When you donate to charity, it feels good. Your satisfaction increases. You're still maximizing your utility. Your utility just happens to include caring about others. This isn't cynical. It's definitional. Self-interest doesn't mean selfishness. It means consistent pursuit of what you value. 3 more principles exist: market imperfections, model limitations, and behavioral factors. Consider these advanced topics for deeper study. Master the first 3, and you've built the foundation. The remaining 3 add nuance and realism. For now, internalize. No free lunch, universal preferences, self-interest. These drive everything else. Now you've heard the principles. But here's the uncomfortable truth about actually learning them. Financial thinking is cognitively unnatural. No one is hardwired for present value calculations. Your ancestors survived by responding to immediate threats and rewards, not by discounting future cash flows at appropriate risk-adjusted rates. Learning finance resembles learning a foreign language as an adult. Children absorb languages effortlessly through immersion. Adults must consciously study grammar, memorize vocabulary, practice speaking. The process feels awkward and slow. Set realistic expectations. Understanding typically crystallizes between weeks 8 and 13. Before that, confusion is normal. The valley of confusion isn't a sign of failure. It's a predictable stage in the learning process. The most common mistake: treating finance like history. History rewards absorption. Read facts, understand context, remember narratives. Finance doesn't work this way. Finance is like math or sports. You must do it to learn it. Lectures provide framework and motivation. Problems provide understanding. Watching someone solve a finance problem teaches you almost nothing about solving finance problems yourself. The gap between hearing, understanding, and applying requires deliberate bridging. You can hear a concept in lecture. You can understand it during review. But applying it under exam conditions, that demands practice. Active, repeated, sometimes frustrating practice. So if passive learning doesn't work, what does? Here's a system that builds financial intuition. Step 1. Preview. Skim notes before class to prime your brain. You're not trying to master material, just creating mental hooks for new information to attach to. Step 2. Handwrite. Research shows physical writing encodes deeper than typing. Your hand moving across paper engages different neural pathways than fingers on a keyboard. Step 3. Review. Same day, move from heard it to get it. Don't let 24 hours pass before revisiting material. Step 4. Practice. Solve problems in groups and alone. Exams are solo performances. Practice accordingly. Step 5. Connect. Link concepts to your own financial life. Why does this system work? Each step addresses a specific failure mode. Previewing prevents the fire hose effect. New information overwhelming unprepared minds. Handwriting slows you down, forcing engagement rather than transcription. Same-day review exploits the forgetting curve, consolidating memories before they fade. Solo practice reveals gaps that group work can mask. Personal connection transforms abstract concepts into memorable experiences. Skip any step, and you've left a gap for confusion to exploit. Let's apply this immediately. Take the 3 principles we covered. No free lunch. Where have you seen an opportunity disappear once others noticed it? A sale that sold out. A job posting that closed quickly. A stock tip that stopped working. Universal preferences. When have you chosen less money, later money, or riskier money? What justified that exception? Self-interest. What's in your utility function beyond personal wealth? Family, status, creative fulfillment? How do your financial decisions reflect those values? Write your answers by hand. Not because I said so, because physical encoding builds the neural pathways finance requires. Here's your homework, not from me, but from the nature of finance itself. Pick one principle. Find one example from your life or the news. Write it down by hand. That's not busy work. That's how financial thinking develops. 8 to 13 weeks of active practice. The valley of confusion is temporary. The understanding that follows is permanent. Start today.